Hey, music community, Jeff here, and I want to jump on yet another contest. Quite a few of them going on, and this one I saw the other day, wanted to get on board. This was Sam St. John. He's just having a contest for the heck of it, just having it. It's called the Pick Five contest. Basically, you want to show five albums that the casual viewer of your channel may be surprised to find in your collection. Now, I will say, if you obviously it is for the casual viewer. I think because all of these I brought up or shown at some point or another, but these are albums that, or bands, or styles that don't get talked about as much on my channel. Obviously, my channel is most well known for being rock and hard rock and metal, Christian metal. I have my little areas that I guess I would fit into. But I've shown just about everything, and I've shown these before. I have brought them up at times, but yeah, they would be a little less prominent on my label, on my channel. So that's kind of what he's looking for, is somebody who may be the occasional viewer, may be surprised to say, oh, really? So let's get into this. So basically, I've told the story before. My first step into rock metal, my whole beginning was when I discovered Kiss around 77, early 78, in that time frame. Prior to that, though, and still part of my essential being, was everything that I listened to prior to that, which would have been the music of the 70s, which would have been stuff along the disco era, including things like the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. I had this. I enjoyed this back in the day. Other albums similar would have been like the Grease soundtrack, the Bee Gees in general. But this would be one of the, I was getting into that disco era. I had the Knock on Wood single. So I also had some pop stuff back in the day. And that was kind of the majority of my music before I got involved into rock. But that stuff still stays with me over the years, and still a great album, and still one that I enjoy. And along the same line would be Andy Gibb. You had the Bee Gees, you had Andy Gibb, and I really, for some reason, leaned towards the smoothness of his voice and the songs. And of course, then he passed away earlier on when I was a kid. So that kind of struck me, because at the time I was, I really kind of felt like I kind of connected with the stuff he was doing, and then he passed away. And so it kind of breaks it. But so yeah, I have a couple of his things in here. I have a couple of Bee Gees. I have some of that. So things of that disco era, I have a few in my collection, and I'm open to having more. I just haven't, found them or stumbled across them. So those might be a little interesting. And then, of course, while uh, even throughout my rock years in the 80s of being mostly into rock, I still got into a lot of the stuff that was not a lot of it, but a handful of things that came out back in those days, the 80s, that would have been more on the pop new wave side, things like Missing Persons. Now, maybe the draw for this was just the craziness of Terry of Dale Bozio, and how she, just her being, flamboyant, and of course as a teen boy, knowing that she had done less than, provocative stuff in her past. I don't know, but I really got hooked on this album. I still enjoy it to this day. I think it's just a solid, great album that still resonates with me. I love this, and so yeah, that is still in. And I have a couple of theirs, and there's a couple more, a few of the other ones I'd like to dig up at some point. Now, here's a band I've shown them numerous times. Everybody I'm sure who's seen multiple videos of mine know that I'm into the Partridge Family. This is just one of their best of, but I do have, I'm pretty sure I have everything on vinyl and CD by them. This bubblegum pop type stuff, I really do kind of enjoy. Recently saw the movie about the Cowsills, which was the genesis for what became the Partridge Family, and have picked up some of their music and enjoy some of that too. But grew up watching reruns of these shows, and the music stuck with me. And when they reissued all of these on CDs back in 2000 or so, I snapped them right up. When they reissued the DVDs of the whole series of the show, I snapped that up. And so, yeah, I was a fan. I enjoy David Cassidy. I enjoy Partridge Family. And so, yes, that's one of those that I hang on to. And of course, I've done a whole video on this guy just recently. So, and you're not going to know this, but again, it's outside the realm of the typical rock and hard rock. And that is my love for Adam and the Ants, or Adam Ant. I have just followed and picked up a lot of this stuff. So he's one of those pop stars from back in the day that I probably am the most collections of, most connected with. I liked a lot of the pop stuff back in the day, but you know, this particular artist is, I went out of my way to have more stuff by. So there you go. Just one of, you know, the many oddities that people may be surprised to see. That's it for this one, though. I will have a link below to Sam's original video. You can check it out, jump on board. This is going to be running through June, so you got some time on this one. And hope you jump on board. And we will see you later. Rock on and rock hard.